Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, all subscribers, viewers, and supporters of this channel. How severe is this particular aspect? In other words, how severe is the environmental impact caused by this particular aspect known to everyone? Diesel. This is what the video is about, to evaluate the severity of impact from the environmental aspect diesel. All right, before we go on, we are still in the evaluation of environmental aspects impact. Okay, my fellow Muslims, brothers and sisters, please do not watch this video if you are already in the mosque for the Friday prayers khutbah or attending any religious lessons with scholars preaching from books. Thank you very much. I love you for that, and I wish you and me and all the rest of the Muslim and entire planet Jannatun Na'im. Thank you very much. Now, we are going to look at the evaluation criteria called severity, one of the famous environmental evaluation criteria used in ISO 14001 version 2015. But before we go on, I have got to give you the chronology, summarized compact summarized chronology of the implementation of ISO 14001. Firstly, when we want to do environmental management system, remember, we got to do an audit. And this audit is known as environmental review, initial environmental review for our entire organization, for our entire company, every department, every section, every unit processes. Okay, we have got to audit to do what? Identify environmental aspects, and this is what we have done already at this stage. Remember the input-output analysis. If you are new to this channel, please, if you want to know the entire or what I call scope of my presentation, you are welcome to review our input-output analysis, which is titled ISO 14001 Input-Output Analysis of what? You can look at the channel, scroll down, and you will see all these videos. I have a few samples there for you. Now, in this video, however, we have done environmental aspects identification. And right now, we are doing this evaluation, the impact evaluation, by using several criteria, evaluation criteria, you may call it. And the last video, we have done one criteria, which is magnitude of impact. And in this video, we are going to do the second criteria that we chose. It's been useful for me, for my clients, and for my associates. It has proven as, I wouldn't say top-notch, but right. Okay, so this time is an evaluation. As you know, once we have evaluated, we are able to know which of our environmental aspects are significant than the rest, so that we can give priority to that. And after having that done, only then our company will start to develop or state their environmental policy. Once that is done, they can start to develop their environmental objectives, and based on the aspects impact register as well, they start to develop their planning to achieve, whereby they have got targets, environmental management targets, or you can call it environmental targets, and environmental management program, or EMP. These are all cumulatively as planning to achieve. And over here, as you remember, the definition of environmental management system, ISO 14001, states that it is managing environmental aspects. How? By fulfilling compliance obligation and addressing risk and opportunities. There you are. So that's the intended outcome part of it, and the entire intended outcome has got to include also environmental performance. All right, so this is the version 2015, address risks and opportunities, compliance obligation, which is the environmental management system, and it is emphasizing on environmental performance. Okay, we'll get to that in some other videos follow on, and so stay tuned. So what I have here is the input-output analysis caption that I could share with you, and this is how we do input-output analysis. For further detailed illustration, please go to that video on input-output analysis. I am showing this to show you that this is the basis of our aspect impact evaluation. Input-output analysis is where we identify our environmental aspects. In this video, we are evaluating those environmental aspects. And in this video, we picked one, which is diesel. So these are the videos, the previous videos, input-output analysis, where how I explain why are those environmental aspects are environmental aspect based on life cycle perspective. So this is another video for you to look on. Right, the process is still diesel transfer, and we are using diesel, which is an input coming into our factory, and it is being transferred from the tanker lorry into the factory's diesel storage tank. That is the process called diesel transfer. Now, let's take a look at the next slide. This is the dashboard. This is how we, based on our convenience and based on our success stories, develop our environmental management system. We have what is called environmental aspects impact register. And in our register, we always begin with the first column as process, and then environmental aspect, and then environmental impact. This is done. And we also have evaluate the environmental evaluation criteria magnitude. We have done the magnitude of environmental impact from diesel for the diesel transfer process in the factory, and the score is over there, 3. You got it? You see this? So if you want to know how we got 3, please go back to the previous video on magnitude. Scroll the channel, you will see it. In this video, we are going to talk about severity of impact, severity of environmental impact for diesel as an input environmental aspect. Okay, right, so we have this to show you. This is the evaluation criteria. Oh, I cannot turn off the camera. Maybe I turned off for a while. No, I cannot turn off the camera. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I'm not good in this making the video, but never mind. I'll explain to you. Now, diesel in this particular process is coming into the factory. It enters the factory premise and gets to a place adjacent to the diesel storage tank of the factory, and the process takes place over there. But since diesel is an input environmental aspect, it is coming with the lorry. The lorry transported the diesel from somewhere, definitely, end of the life cycle. As far as the operation is concerned, it comes from oil refinery. That is one life cycle stage that they can stop at. Or you can go further up of the life cycle to the bedrock structure, where eventually the environmental impact is resource depletion. That's it. So I am more concerned I'm not an environmentalist of that caliber, but I am more concerned of the fossil fuel. That is why we have got environmental management system, resource conservation. I would look at the end of its upstream life cycle perspective, which is bedrock structure. The more demand for diesel, the more demand for natural resources. So in this manner, the severity of impact of diesel is not within the factory. If you look at this, the way we do this evaluation, diesel is being received, yes, as input, yes, entered the premise, yes, but not emission, not discharges, spilled, release, disposal. These are all for output environmental aspect. Diesel fume is output, so it's not here. We are not doing that. Diesel spillage is output, but we are not doing the evaluation for that. All right, so we are concentrating on diesel as diesel fuel that comes in, but no, it's not coming from within the originating process. This diesel is transported to us via the road. It gets within the organization premise boundary, yes, but it is coming further than that. So this evaluation has got to go further. We have got to look at this. There you are. The environmental aspect entered the surrounding because it is moved. All right, from the organization premise or to the organization premise. This is the evaluation that you can adjust for your own suitability. Now this diesel is coming from somewhere into the premise. That is the life cycle stage that we want to take. Then we would be able to justify the environmental impact. However, this diesel, is it non-observable? No, it is visible, right? So we don't take this. This is not there. So it is observable, yes. Containable, yes. Using the right technique, diesel that even spill can be contained. Recoverable, yes. Readily recoverable, I may say maybe. Okay, but if there is a belly pan under the sump, then it is readily recoverable. But if it is not, it gets contaminated, just like in this case. But diesel property, it is liquid. It has got low specific gravity. It does have a volatility, meaning it does have a vapor pressure. So I would say the bulk of it in STP, standard temperature and pressure, it is liquid. So based on that physical property, we mark it as recoverable and readily recyclable, depending on how contaminated it is. So, well, this one is non-recoverable. No, diesel is recoverable, so the rest doesn't apply that well. So what we see is 5. All right, so these are all the data that we got from diesel being used as fuel, and we will be using this later. Now, perhaps in environmental performance evaluation, this information is very, very important. Now, so the evaluation ranking or rating for diesel as input for the diesel fuel transfer is 5. There you are. We have stated 5 over here, and magnitude remains at 3. Got it. So double. Okay, a bit slow for that. Now, so this is where we have already done the severity of impact for the environmental aspect diesel. Okay, this is how we got it. And those evaluation criteria that you saw it is still generic. We can go more accurate, but it will be tedious, very lengthy, minute evaluation. But if you have methods that you can be accurate, carry on if you have the time and the resources. But for me, I have tested this with different 17 different types of industries, and for each industrial type we have tested 2 to 5 factories, and it worked well. It's never proven us wrong, but of course we got to make some minor adjustments somewhere in the definitions of those criteria. So we have done a severity of impact for diesel during the diesel transfer is 5. So in the next video we are going to look at legal, so please come back for the next video and scroll down. So I thank you, YouTube subscribers, viewers and supporters of this channel. I am grateful with your presence. And as a Malay, I wish everybody semoga dikurniakan keselamatan, kesejahteraan, kebahagiaan, dan kejayaan kehidupan di dunia dan di akhirat. Until we meet in the next video, inshallah, I wish everybody, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever faith have you around the planet, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.